Every Monday, we introduce you to a Kylie's kid, and this week's went from swimming competitively to relearning how to walk.
Yeah, it's all because of what doctors found at one of those, routine doctor's appointments. This one happened as Avery was heading into junior high. Avery has always been a natural in the pool.
I remember being able to swim without any life jacket or anything when I was really young.
So it was an easy transition when she started competing 5 years ago.
And I just got into the competitive team about 10 years old, and I just have stuck with it ever since.
But as Avery was heading into junior high, a regular doctor's appointment revealed a surprising discovery. Her spine was curved.
The doctor had me bend down, and that's when he kind of figured out, he's like, oh, you have scoliosis.
Something this competitive athlete had never noticed before.
After he kind of said it, I began to notice little things I hadn't noticed before, like how one of my ribs stuck out more than the other.
Since Avery didn't notice much to begin with, she didn't think much of the diagnosis.
I thought it was just this little minor thing, and then when somebody was like, oh, you might need surgery, I'm like, oh, okay.
At first, doctors wanted to do a pretty aggressive surgery.
I wouldn't have been able to do a certain stroke in swimming.
But doctors at Gillette were able to do a surgery that allowed Avery to live just like before.
They took 2 rods and placed them on either side of my spine.
The surgery was a success, but it would be some time before Avery was able to compete again.
I had to relearn how to walk and how to stand up. I couldn't do any of that by myself at first, and it was so weird.
Now Avery is back in the pool and better than before.
Just took it a little bit at a time, and I eventually worked up to where I am.
So strange to think about for an athlete, to go from swimming competitively to having to relearn how to walk again. But she's now 15 years old. She's very excited to start Stillwater High School next year. And one of the cool things, I think we showed you one of the pictures, she actually travels with her doctor to different conferences where she helps him kind of show exactly what he did and kind of the before and the after. And partly because of that, she's thinking, she's still only going to be a freshman in high school, but she's thinking a little bit about going into the medical field.
You know, when I was a kid, scoliosis is something they test for in school
right?
all the time.
Do that weird test in gym class.
Yeah,
where
you're like, what are we doing? And bending over. But I don't think they do that anymore.
No, they do it in the doctor's appointment.
In the doctor, when you have your regular
exactly.
checkup.
But she said she didn't notice anything, but it was afterward that she was like, oh, my shoulders are just a little bit uneven. One rib would stick out a little bit more, but otherwise they hadn't really noticed anything. And she was functioning just fine, but that surgery, when you look at that x-ray and see the rods, but she's doing great. She does it. It's behind her.
She's
It's
got
not
a great
even
recovery story now.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Thanks, Kylie.